Hello YouTube, this is Wendy from Language-Enthusiast. Oh, okay, I forgot about the mic. Can you hear me? Is it okay? I dropped this mic yesterday. I always install I put this mic on the stand which I installed at the table, and by mistake I dropped it. I don't know why it happened, okay, but it just happened. And by the time I noticed, the microphone was on the floor with some noise, okay, and I thought that it might have been broken, but I'm not sure. I'm recording now, and after videotaping myself, I'll check the sound, and if it's bad, okay, it means that it's broken, right? I haven't checked it yet, so at the moment I don't know if it's broken or not. Okay, anyway, today is Saturday, July 27th, okay, the year 2024. Okay, at this very moment I don't know what I'm going to talk about, so I'm gonna videotape myself, and while I'm videotaping myself, I'll think about it, okay? The first thing that I want to talk about is I've been watching more than several YouTube videos since yesterday. Okay, it's like my day, my day has a lot to do with YouTube videos every day. Oh, by the way, I shouldn't sit closer to my iPhone. I'm videotaping myself now with my iPhone, but yesterday my face was shown almost full of the screen, and I don't think it's good for people who are watching my videos, because I once was told someone that I shouldn't get too close to the screen because he said that my face is a bit too overwhelming. I hope that I look overwhelming to him, but he says that it's not for me. It's not good for me to sit very close to the camera, because my face is, I don't know how to say this, but too overwhelming. And when I heard this, I felt a bit discouraged, right? Okay, you know what I mean. And so he's actually someone I asked, okay, to he taught me how to do my main channel back in 2021, okay, and I happened to find him on this website where we can find someone to ask to do something for us, okay. And I was looking for this, not this person particularly, someone who would help me to start or renew my main channel, and he was one of them. And I was too naive to pick up someone who would be the best for me. I had no idea who to choose from all those people, and that was him, okay. He must have been very busy. I mean, it seemed that he was very busy, and because I cannot not explain it very well, but okay, somehow I got the impression that he is very busy. He was very busy, and I assumed, okay, I assumed that he's busy because his business is doing very well, okay, and I thought that this person would be the best for me, but I'm not sure about it. Looking back, I should have looked for more people, okay, looked for, I don't know what to say this, but okay, he turned out to be not very professional. Okay, after I applied for his program, his course, and I began to realize this because when I asked him if I should watch all those YouTube videos which were talking about how to make your channel popular, okay, or something like that, and he said that no, you don't have to do this because if you learned something, then it would be more difficult for him to teach me how to do it. So he thought that it would be much easier for him to do his business if I knew nothing. So that's why. And but this when I heard this, okay, when I heard this, I began to feel a bit skeptical about him. And yeah, where did this talk come from actually? Okay, I was talking about today, right? And also too close, right? I don't think I should sit too close to the camera because if I get too close to the camera, my face is kind of big and overwhelming. So, is it okay? This distance? I'm not sure, but okay. And I've just watched this person's video, YouTube video, and this person is, the name of this person is Joe Inoue, and he's living in the U.S. But he's half Japanese, I guess, or he's Japanese, okay, or he's half Japanese and half Korean, okay. Anyway, he's a descendant of any Asian, okay. I can explain it in English, but and he's living in the U.S. But he speaks perfect Japanese, okay. Not just because, I mean, not that's not because his mother is Japanese, or either his mother is Japanese or his father is Japanese. No, yeah, that helped him to be like him right now, okay. But he studied Japanese, he practiced Japanese, and so he's a fluent Japanese speaker now. Every time I notice is coming from the left side, it's so distracting because I have to keep watching, keep looking at the lens, right? But the always notices come from the left side where the lens is, and every time the notice comes in, comes up or appears, it can be very distracting to me, okay. And today I'm distracted very much, partly because I'm trying to make myself look better than I am, so that's the biggest reason always. So maybe I'm feeling this way. I'm trying to make myself look much bigger, much not bigger, okay, no more bigger, okay, better than I am. So that's the reason for me feeling a bit distracted today. And I think I should be more relaxed because almost nobody watches my videos, okay. It can be a bit discouraging, But I also watched this video this morning or yesterday. Okay, yesterday I watched it until the half. Okay, are you okay, girl? Girl is a bit too excited, probably because he catches how I feel. So that's why he's restless, because I'm feeling restless now. This American woman, okay, in her 30s, she's a mom. Okay, she's a mom with some kids. She says that she's an ordinary mom, okay, but she has her YouTube channel, and she said that she's uploading her videos to YouTube for personal reasons. She doesn't think to be she doesn't hope to be such big YouTubers or anything. Her main purpose is to record herself, record her family, because she uses her YouTube channel as her memory diary, vlog diary, so that she can look back on later on. So, and her video's title was "You should have a YouTube channel. You should start uploading your YouTube video, even though nobody watches it, and the reason why," or something like that. Okay, and I watched the first half of her video yesterday, but it often happens to native speakers, but she speaks a lot. Okay, she speaks a lot, but I didn't understand her point. Okay, because she talks too much. Okay, and I was like, what's her point? Okay, so I gave up watching her video halfway through, but I was thinking about her video this morning again, and I didn't mean to watch her video to the end actually, but somehow I started watching the video again from from where I gave up. Okay, and the later half, she was doing her great job, and I understood. Excuse me. Can I get some coffee? There's a little bit. Okay, anyway. Excuse me. My throat is a little bit weird today, okay? Okay, for the last part, okay, she said that you don't have to care about other people. Like, it's not good to compare yourself with others, right? It's not good to compare yourself with others who have much more views, much more subscribers, much more, I don't know, fans or comments or something like that. And if you want to be creative, and if you want to share what you have with people, no matter, I don't know, even though there aren't many people watching your videos, you should do it. But I cannot explain the very reason, right? I still don't know what her point was. Okay, anyway, you should do it yourself. Okay, you should do it yourself. And because caring too much about other people, actually, if you think about other people too much, you are missing the important point, right? You can use your YouTube channel to record your growth, record your personal growth, personal gain. So in this case, you shouldn't pay any attention to other people or whatsoever, because it's nonsense. It's unreasonable. Okay. So I want to apply this to my life, to my case. And even though knowing that not many people are interested in my videos, it's just that, okay? It's just that. And I shouldn't let this bring me down, because this is not the most important point. Okay, this is what I wanted to say about the video I watched both yesterday and this morning. And I'm happy now to have watched her video now. I feel this way. And go back to the story. Okay, this Joe Inoue, who is living in the US, who speaks perfect Japanese. Okay, it's confusing. Perfect Japanese. His Japanese is even much better than the Japanese, native Japanese speakers speak. And this can happen. But he's extraordinary. Okay, he's too exceptional. Okay, and he plays music. I think that has a lot to do with his Japanese, perfect Japanese. He has good ears, so that's why he can distinguish subtle sounds. Okay, and so it makes his pronunciation very good. And probably, I'm not sure about him very much. I don't know much about him. It's not that I'm a big fan of his and I always watch his videos. No, I've known about him for quite some time, like more than a few years, because he's quite popular among Japanese people. He's fun. He's a lot of fun, and he has a great sense of humor, and he has very funny videos. And most of the time he speaks Japanese, and he speaks such good Japanese. Many people are amazed at him. So in this way, he is very popular here on YouTube. Okay, especially among Japanese people, and he also speaks other languages. Okay, and but he's very vulnerable, like I am. Okay, and he often talks about his mental. Okay, he's very vulnerable, and the video I watched, I don't know when he uploaded it. He uploaded it 8 days ago. Okay, he was talking about himself, and he said that you should take good care of yourself instead of caring about other people. Okay, yeah. I mean, I can learn a lot from him about this video. I mean, I tend to pay much attention to other people's feelings. Yeah, there are many reasons for this, and part of it is because I have attachment issues, and I have a habit of caring the mood the other person is in. So in this way, I can control myself. I can change how I act, how I don't know, how I do to the person. Okay, if the person is not in a good mood today, specifically, then I should stay away from this person. And if this person is in a good mood, then it's okay for me to be friendly with this person or something like that. So how I act totally depends on in which mood this person is. Okay, this person in front of me. I think I learned this way of this strategy, I guess, from my mother. Okay, because my mother is a person whose mood swung very much, so I had to learn how to manage some difficult situations as a kid. So that's why, and this has been a habit of mine for such a long time, and I can't get rid of this very easily. So naturally, I act this way in front of people. So that's why I tend to get very tired easily, not only physically but also mentally. Okay, and if your mental is tired, then it makes you tired. Okay, right? So that's why I think, and he and I are very similar in this way, and he's talking about himself, how vulnerable he is, and he is also talking to people who are in the same situation, like vulnerable people, and so he says that you should take better care about yourself than other people. And I think what he says is right. And yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to do because it's ingrained in yourself, and getting rid of it is not easy. But just realizing that this is the not bad. Okay, this is typical of you, this is typical of me, it's helpful because I now understand how I feel this way. Where does this feeling come from? Okay, and it makes me feel relieved. Okay, because I used to get confused more because I didn't know what was happening inside me. Okay, and I didn't see the whole picture, but now I got the whole picture. I see the whole picture, and all I need to do is to realize what's happening inside me. Even though I cannot change it a day or two, it's very, very difficult. I can say that it's totally impossible because I'm changing, so I can't say, I don't want to say that it's totally impossible for me to change how I think, how I feel. Yeah, day by day, little by little, I'm changing for the better. This is a this is what I believe also. Okay, and I talked about Joe in a way, right? And because he speaks a very super great Japanese, is probably his mother or father speaks Japanese. I think it's big. Okay, it's a big reason. Okay, anyway, I can't think very well today. My mind is still asleep. I had a power nap today too. Okay, 2 hour power nap. I woke up 4 o'clock as usual, and as usual, I had difficulty falling asleep last night. And about, let's see, it took about but much less time, like 20 minutes or so, and I woke up in the middle of the night. Okay, just after midnight last night too, and I went to the toilet and I went back to sleep, and I continued to sleep until 4 o'clock, and I woke up by the sound of my alarm clock, which is something that I don't want to do normally because I used to wake up naturally all by myself, and this is one of the things that makes me feel the happiest. Okay, so now that I have to depend on my alarm clock, um, yeah, it's sad, but I can't help because I really want to walk my dogs very early in the morning while there are no other people around. Okay, and it's refreshing, in fact. But today it was really hot. There was almost no air, no air, not no air. Okay, if there was no air, if there had been no air, I would have been dead right now, right? Okay, um, no, it was no, there was no wind. Okay, and so if I stopped, if I had stopped walking, I would, yeah, actually, I felt very, very hot with because if I walk, okay, if I walk, I can feel the wind, right? You can feel the wind, but sometimes I had to stop every time my dogs wanted to stop. So in this case, there was no wind, and it made me feel so hot and humid. Especially, it was really, really humid. It was unbearable. I didn't like it very much. But anyway, I had to walk my dogs once a day. I know I should walk my dogs more often, but in this summer, okay, in this season, it's totally difficult. Okay, so yeah, I did that, and but I was still sleepy, so I had to go back to sleep. Okay, and I had a 2 hour power nap, and here I am after this eating something for my breakfast, but my brain is still asleep. But yesterday, when I was, it was before I started cooking dinner. Okay, ever since I started walking my dogs very early in the morning, my dinner time, okay, our dinner time started much earlier than before. Like we used to eat dinner like at around 7:30 before, but now I really have to go to bed by 8 p.m. So I have to finish eating by I I really hope to finish eating by, let's see, yeah, 2 hours before, right? um, Ideally, probably you should finish eating um, 3 hours before your bedtime, right? But in this case, I should finish eating my dinner by 5. It's a bit difficult. So my dinner is lighter now, okay, than before. And so and okay, before uh, starting cooking my dinner, our dinner, I spent some time. I spent some time, like 30 minutes, nearly an hour, um, reading my Spanish text. It's there, but you cannot see. Okay, can you see? No, you can see. Okay. The textbook is written in Spanish. Okay, all in Spanish, and it's a very interesting book, and it's very easy and simple. Okay, it's written in simple and easy Spanish. It's not difficult at all, and I use it. I use the textbook for my comprehensible input, and the more I read that easy and simple Spanish, um, it helps improve my reading ability and the total overall understanding of Spanish. So I have been using this book, and this is the second volume. I mean, second volume. Okay, volume 2. Okay, I've already finished the volume 1, and this is the volume 2. And in terms of the volume 1, I did it at least twice. I finished doing the book, the volume 1 once, and then I go back to the beginning and I did it once again. Okay. And as for the volume 2, this is my first try, but after I finished this, I actually finished the reading part. Okay, reading part, and then about two-thirds of the book consists of work. Okay, that has 1/3 of the textbook consists of reading part, only stories written in Spanish, and the other part consists of questions and problems or something like that. It's kind of a workbook, and by doing so, it makes me realize how much I was missing while doing the reading part. Okay, and every time I do the workbook, I get stuck because I even don't remember where this problem is talking about. Okay, what this problem is talking about. So I have to go back to the story part and look for the information that this problem is talking about, and it's good practice. Okay, so this shows how important it is for you to do your output actually to make your input more effective. Okay, many people say that many people who are talking about comprehensible input tend to say, or I get the impression that these people always talk about input, right? But if you do input only, then I don't think it's as effective as you wish it be. Okay, because when you try to output, okay, and then for the first time you will realize that your input was not very effective and was not enough. So unless you do it yourself, okay, like I do the workbook, while I was just reading the story, I was okay. I thought I was okay. I understand everything, and there was no problem, and my input was okay. But once I start doing the workbook, it makes me realize how much I was missing actually while reading all those information, because I was passive. Okay, I was too passive while reading the story. So that's why the book is very good, because it consists of two parts. One is input, the other is output. Okay, so that's why it's very important for me to do the workbook. Okay, because doing the workbook, by doing the workbook, I can really understand how much I understood by reading the story. Okay, and but before even before I first tried the volume 1, I was always thinking about the comprehensible input. So I tended to assume that I should read, okay, I should only read all those Spanish, okay, all those stories written in Spanish, and then I thought that my input is okay. So when I first tried the volume 1, I didn't do the workbook. Okay, I only looked for any Spanish sentences written in the book, and I thought that was okay. And the second time, when I tried the book again, okay, I went back to the beginning, and I actually did everything, both reading part and the workbook part, okay. And then it means that I only did the work section only once. So I might go back to the volume 1 someday. I don't know, but the easier your material is, the more you can understand, and internally, okay, the more you can make it internalized. Okay, so that's why I might go back to the volume 1 again in the future. Okay, now I'm doing the volume 2, and I've just finished the reading part, and now I'm going to start the work section. Okay, or I might go back to the reading section again and do it through. Okay, I'm not sure yet, but it's fun. And so just before I started cooking, I had some time, so I tried the reading part, and actually I entered the zone at the time. These days I've been very sleepy. I've been very tired because of walking my dogs, okay, early in the morning, and so basically I'm tired all the time, and I can't concentrate on reading a lot, even though I borrowed the other day, 2 days ago or so, I borrowed 6 books from the library, so I have lots of books I want to read, but basically I've been really tired. But yesterday, for about an hour, I was really able to concentrate on the Spanish book, and I felt really good, and it was really comfortable. Okay, well, I was reading the book, I felt really, really comfortable, and I was really happy. I was satisfied with it. But just but I had to finish so that I could make dinner. So I had to stop. But yeah, that was great. That was really enjoyable. I love those time in which I can enter the zone. Okay, I forgot the time, I forgot everything, but I can just concentrate on what I'm doing right now. It's really enjoyable. Yeah, for me, right? And anything else? Yeah, I don't have many things that I want to talk about, but okay. I'm gonna talk about the YouTube video I've just watched just after I woke up this morning. I was still sleepy, but I started watching this video, and it was the video done by, spoken by this guy. I think he's American, but his pronunciation is very, very clear and easy to catch. And when I checked where he lives, where he uploads his videos from, it said, I remember it said United States, so he's American, I guess, or he's from other countries living in the US. I'm not sure, okay. And he said that he was talking about accent, okay. His channel is for people who learn English, okay. And so when he's talking about accent, he's talking about English accent, okay? Accent that people have when they speak English, okay? And he says something really encouraging, okay? Sometimes he feels disappointed or sad when someone actually unlearn, is it okay? Unlearn the person's original accent so that he can sound like totally American. Okay, yeah, it sounds cool, I guess, if you can speak like American. Yeah, you might sound fantastic, but this is not the point, okay? Because you are not American. For example, in case of me, I'm Japanese, right? Then I don't need to sound like American because I'm Japanese. And he says that it's totally okay if you can make yourself understood in your English and people can understand you with your English, and you don't have to lose your accent, original accent, because when you speak English with your accent and people can understand where you're from, for example, it's kind of charming. Okay, it sounds very, very charming, and I understand this because there's this TV talent in Japan. She was actually from Taiwan. Okay, and she's very charming. Okay, she sounds very charming. She speaks Japanese, but her Japanese sounds very charming, and that's part of her character, okay? And many people love her because she's so charming, okay? And her accent has a lot to do with her personality, okay? And when I heard her, okay, speaking in Chinese, her mother tongue, I got the totally different impression from her. Like she sounded like she was a decent person, okay. She was very mature, okay. But when she speaks Japanese, she sounds like a bit childish, but that makes her sound very charming, and it makes her character also. So it's very intriguing. I recently found this video of this British guy. Okay, he's living in Japan now, and he actually he was speaking in Japanese in that particular video, and in that video, he said that he also has his English channel, and I thought at first he was a French guy. Okay, somehow I don't know why I assumed that, but I believe that. Okay, I don't know why I believe that way, and I visited his English channel then, and then he started speaking his perfect English, and it made me wonder why he was able to speak such perfect English even though he was French. But I got it wrong, and it turned out that he is a British guy, okay? But I'm not good at British English because I'm not used to it. I always listen to American English, so I'm not good at both British English and Australian English. Okay. Anyway, and he speaks perfect English because he's an English native speaker. Okay. But he's easier to listen to. Okay. His English is easier to listen to for me than normal British English. And when I watched him speaking in English, I got a totally different impression. Like when he was speaking Japanese, he was like a different character, okay, and a bit hilarious and funny, a little bit childish, okay. But when he speaks English, he sounds like a totally decent, matured person. And yeah, it happens, right? So when I speak English, someone said that I sound very charming, but since I don't know myself how I look or sound when I'm speaking English, so I can't understand what I sound like, or how I sound like, or I don't know, how I sound or what I look like. Okay, but it's very intriguing. Like as I always say, if you learn another language, it's like you have another yourself inside you, right? Another personality. Yeah, it is true. I think so. Okay, and where was I actually? Yeah, that teacher, English teacher, of the video, whose video I watched this morning just after waking up, right? And he said that you shouldn't lose your accent because it makes you sound very charming, and it's very encouraging. Okay, and I was talking about the 25-year-old Japanese guy, right? A few days ago, right? Whose video I watched, and I felt closer to him because he is living in Nagoya, Japan, and I'm also living in Nagoya, Japan. And I don't know where he is, but his name is Naoya. His channel name is Naoya from Japan, okay? And he doesn't seem to be, I mean, he seems that he doesn't have a lot of confidence in his English, and he cares so much about his pronunciation, his English. But for me, his English is okay enough, or because his English level is above a certain level, and he can express himself clearly, and he has no problem being understood, okay. And he has many comments, encouraging comments, okay. And he can read all those comments, and he can expand his vocabulary, okay. It's win-win, right? It's win-win. But he seems that he isn't satisfied with his English. I really recommend he should learn another language. I think he should have learned, no, he must have learned another language in university, because in university you learn another language, right? Even though you don't want to, right? I've never been university myself, so I'm not sure about this though, okay? But when you learn another language, you will realize how helpful your first language is. In his case, he can express himself in English that much, okay, already. And but now he doesn't seem to be satisfied with his English, but compared to his second foreign language, his first language must be much better, right? To the degree that he can express his thoughts and feelings. And that's fantastic, right? Every time I get stuck in my English, I try to compare my English to my Spanish. And um, even though I've been learning Spanish for such a long time, on and off. When it comes to my spoken Spanish, it's like a baby. Okay, I even haven't tried practicing my spoken Spanish seriously, though. I've been doing most of the time, all I did was just input, okay. But I really want to be a decent Spanish speaker in the very near future, and I think it would be great if I could express myself in my Spanish. Um, and after that, I really want to go back to my Chinese in a few years, okay? I think that it'll take 2 or 3 years until I become a pretty comfortable Spanish speaker. But I'm lucky because I've been studying, even though it was on and off, but I've been studying Spanish for such a long time. And it's very important to expose yourself to the language as long as possible. Sometimes people wish to improve their foreign language in a year or 2 years, or sometimes in 6 months. But I think it's totally impossible. And at the same time, I think that it's not good in terms of exposing yourself to the language, because um, um, making your foreign language second nature, all you need is time. Okay, time, and how often you expose yourself to the language. So you cannot be done in 6 months. You cannot be done this in 6 months or a year. Um, you have to be relaxed. Okay, you have to be relaxed, and you forget about the time. Okay, um, because you cannot totally immerse yourself to the language in such a short time, right? So even native kids, they spend at least 3 or 5, okay, somewhere between 3 and 5 years, exposing themselves to the language, their mother tongue, right? So you have to be very patient, and you can enjoy the language, okay? And in this case, I'm not in a hurry in terms of my Spanish, okay, because I really have to take time anyway. So, okay, what the teacher said was really encouraging to me, and I hope what he said is encouraging to other people too. And go back to the American mother, okay, I was talking about in the beginning of this video, who was talking about the reason why you should start your YouTube channel even though no one watches your videos. Okay, she said that there are some people out there who really wants your content that you are sharing. Okay, I don't know who they are, but there might be someone out there who are interested in, okay, who are interested in your content, what you're doing, and what you're doing might be helpful for some other people, right? The most important thing for you to do is to do it for yourself, and then it would be great if what you're doing can be helpful to others. I think so too, and so that's why. And just as I explained in my yesterday's video, I watched one of my oldest videos ever since I started this practice. That was the video I video shot myself on my 5th day, and I was able to watch myself speaking English in the video objectively, okay. Like it made me feel like I were an instructor, and I really wanted to give some advice to my old self, okay. It was quite interesting, and so I strongly believe that you should record yourself now and try to watch it again, look back on you in the future, because it teaches you lots of things, more things that you can imagine. Okay, so is there anything that I wanted to talk about? I'm not sure but how much. Okay, 6:56. Okay, I don't have any appointments today. So just as I said at the end, at the last of my video, I'm thinking of reading a lot of books today, and I really hope that it's gonna be a very relaxing day for me. My day has been very, very hectic these days. Ever since I started taking my dogs to the trimming salon to have their teeth brushed. Okay, and it's been about 2 months, and I haven't been practicing my piano for the last 2 months also. Okay, I have lots of things to do, but now I really want to read lots of books. Because I read book. I love reading books. Okay, and today is Saturday, right? And I hope that you have a great Saturday wherever you are. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Okay, bye bye.